Hi, Rick. You ready to do this?
Hey, good morning, Keith. Yes, sir. What is our topic today?
Our topic is how do you enjoy every single moment?
How do I enjoy every single moment? Well, truth is, I don't always, and that's what I'm trying to strive to work out. Um, I'm working on the basic principle right now, basic principle for myself, which is to relax more,
Mhm.
to be relaxed in such a way that I feel inner peace almost every moment. I have this utmost peace. That's what I'm trying for. I'm not there yet. But I realize that one of the things that causes me not to have joy in every moment is the fact that I'm trying to bring about a result. You know,
Mm.
I'm trying to exert effort to have a good time or to overlook things that I think should not have happened in the first place. And I realize all of that is wasted effort. In fact, effort is the opposite of creating a peaceful environment. Effort is tension. You know, effort is work. Um, Effort is trying to achieve something that you really may not think you need in terms of inner peace, but it's something that you do anyway. It's something you're sort of on the autopilot for effort. But the reality is, again, this is something that I'm realizing and I'm working on, that peace doesn't take any effort. Inner peace is not something to achieve, it's just there. The idea
Mhm.
is that if you can unload the layers, you know, strip off the layers of the onion, you to get down to that little tiny
Wow.
core. That little tiny core is perfectly at peace. It's all your judgments about it, all my judgments about how the world is that creates the problem for me. And that creates in turn an effort to do away with those problems because I have this misapprehension that once I get rid of the problems, I'll have inner peace. It doesn't work that way. It just absolutely doesn't work that way. So what I'm working on to enjoy every moment is just relax, and relax so deeply that I become a revelation to myself.
God, that's
To
beautiful.
relax so deeply that
Wow.
I become a revelation to myself. And it's the opposite of what we're taught. For an A-type, highly motivated, ambitious egomaniac like me, that's a toughie. But it's required, and I think that inner peace is more important to me than any external validation. And I want to really master this. I really want to play in it and want to get to it.
Man, Rick, that's beautiful. You said so much there that was just packed with wisdom. I agree that one of the ways to enjoy every single moment is exactly how you started out, which was being, fixated and sometimes unconsciously about the result. For me, it's the same thing of being attached to the outcome. And how do I know when I'm attached to the outcome? If it doesn't go the way my mind said it should, and I start to suffer, or I don't like it, or I resist. That's how I know I was attached to outcomes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not attached to outcomes. Okay, we'll see. And then life will give you an opportunity to see how much you are attached to the outcome. So that has really been one for me, and it shows up in different ways. It's not just like working at some kind of project or some endeavor, or asking someone for their hand in marriage or whatever the case may be, and you want it to go a certain way, and it doesn't go that way. It can show up, that outcome can show up in many forms, one of which could be you have an idea that you hope will be embraced and liked and you'll be acknowledged for, and that doesn't happen. You're attached to the outcome. It might be uh, you want events to go a certain way and they don't. You're attached to outcome.
Yeah.
I have a wedding plan, or we have this great event plan outdoors and it can't rain. Attached to outcome. Sergey totally tells a story about the Zen master, and he said, about them being peaceful and experiencing joy. And they said, how do you do that? He said, I don't mind what happens. So, that's it.
that's
I mean, that's it right there,
that's
right?
it there, man. That's a
That's way
very
up
high
there.
level.
That's deep consciousness. And like, I don't mind what happens. And I've started to
Yeah.
really embraced that, here recently. And as I mentioned in a previous podcast, we're moving locations in ToBeRe, and the flooring has to be installed, and we can't move in until the flooring is installed. And we were hoping that it would come on Friday, but it didn't come in. They were out of stock. I didn't make that a problem. Hoping that we get a phone call today on Tuesday, and if we do, great, and if we don't, I won't make it a problem. And so just really, really using all these situations as opportunities to not be attached to outcome. And if I am, to hopefully, as you said, Rick, be aware that I can notice my mind just fretting and upset because something didn't happen the way that my mind wanted to happen, or something hit my heart in such a way that that I have a problem with it. I'm just going to observe my mind doing what it does, my heart having the emotions that it has, and then still staying centered. And I think that's one of the keys of enjoying every single moment. Like, you watch your heart, like, oh, poor thing, my heart is hurt. She said no. So, and just watch it without, and respect that, it was no, and you keep moving on. And just little things like that, I think, are important. I think another part of outcome is being liked. Trying to avoid not being liked, not getting what you want, how other people are supposed to be in the world, that they need to be a certain way, which is like me. And for me to be okay, all that is a form to me of outcome. And so if I can make the moment of enjoying the moment about me just working on being my best, as you said, using Kaizen, the Japanese word for just a little bit better, just a little bit better than the day before. If I can do that, then I can get there. Even if I do something that it wasn't my best, like I had a conversation, I handled it poorly, then in the moment that I recognize that I handled it poorly, how can I lift that moment up? How can I make that moment be packed with richness and goodness and an opportunity for me to experience joy now? And part of the joy is, oh my God, I was aware that I handled that moment poorly without passing blame. That's something to be celebrated. It's the awareness, Rick, as Michael Singer says, when somebody says like, hey, this happened, it's like, I felt this and I'm so mad. How do you know? And they're like, well, how do you know? What do you mean? How do I know? I'm in here. I know because I feel it. How do you know? Because I'm not here watching it. Good. Let me touch your feet. You're aware of what your mind and heart are doing. And so many people, and I'm included, that every once in a while I black out. And I'm on this ride that my mind and my heart is taking me on, and I don't know where I am. And whenever that happens, there's suffering waiting on the other side of that. And so I've learned to really try to stay rooted in this moment, which is the only thing. There's no past, there's no future, there's only this moment. And I want to celebrate this moment so I can experience more joy.
Yeah, go ahead. That's gorgeous. Yes, that's right. And the cool thing is that you have an opportunity with every moment. If, if that's, too much pressure, how about the idea that you have the opportunity every day to experience relaxation, and deep understanding and inner peace? You have that all within your control. And I find myself, when I'm going off the deep end on something, that I'm not paying attention to that. I'm just giving up my present
Mm-hmm.
moments for this feeling of frustration
Yes.
that I'm creating for myself.
Yes.
It's like giving yourself indigestion your whole life,
Right.
for the sake of saying, I don't like that food, okay, then
Yeah.
don't eat the food.
Exactly.
Instead, solve the problem by becoming aware of what your expectations are. And I think I can master that, or at least I'm aware of expectations running my life, that I can decide I can do this. And maybe if I try it for just half an hour, just till noon today, I'm just going to be completely aware of how much I make a problem out of everything external, and how much I'm at fault in my own mind for creating these obstacles that aren't there, or if they are there, that I choose to react to. Why not just let it all go? Why not just let it pass through you, including your emotions of anger and guilt and worry and anxiety and what will people think of me and I'm a bad person or
Yeah.
I can't do it because I'm that way and all of that nonsense. So
No.
I am a firm believer like you that we create our own issues, and that attachment to wanting things the way we want them is a big problem, and we just need to take a look at that and see if that's worth the effort, worth the pain.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we had a workout this morning here at the studio, and you know, I'm okay in terms of there are quite a few things that we want to get done at the new space, and so after work today, I'll go and work on that. And so by being even remotely preoccupied by that, I missed opportunity when I first got here to deeply connect with the people that were here. And no one did that. I did that, to myself of not being present, uh, like I could have. Like any painting that needs to go on, that's not happening till later today. What's right in front of me right now are these friends who are laughing and talking together and connecting, and I'm missing out on it because I'm somewhere else, right? No one did that to me. I did that to me. But what was great about it is I was aware that it was going on, and I was scrapping like, okay, you aware, come back to this moment, come back to the present moment, bring the mind back to being conscious right here, right now. And then I got my act together, and I was able to engage and smile and talk with people as I, kind of continue to move everybody through the training session. And it was a completely different conversation that I heard than what I heard before. Like there was laughter and talking when the first half an hour I was here, but it was being muted by me thinking about, later today and what, I was going to be doing, as opposed to hearing the whole conversation, that and that is taking place in this moment. But I missed it. And again, because I'm somewhere else, as opposed to being right here, right now, enjoying this moment. And so I guess what am I grateful for? That I was aware that it was going on, that I was aware that's what was going on, and I was able to find my way back. And one of my friends, Stacy, gave me a hug, and that really helped. And Julie Mulroy and my friend Fiona, who I see often, every once in a while they'll notice like, "Are you in there?" and the way they pull me back is with a hug, and I'm super grateful for them, man. Super grateful.
That's cool. Yeah, that's wonderful.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
touch and friends are a big deal, aren't they? And I
Yeah.
think that there's so much you can say about how nourishing that is for a soul to feel understood.
It is, man. It really is. Well, Rick, thank you so much. I love you.
I love you, Keith. Thanks for contributing and talking and helping me understand my limitations and what I can do about them. And living in the moment is a big one.